kind of contextualize the problem. Why is it that a sector that contributes so much is only accessing 6% of loans?
Thank you. That's a question that we asked ourselves about 2 years ago. Interestingly enough, it led us to where we are now, launching this product. So as you mentioned in your intro, in Rwanda, not just in Rwanda, it's mainly in Africa, many countries. Majority of the population subsidized lives off of agricultural activities. However, because of the manual labor that is involved and the means involved in doing the work, there's no way of tracking the actual work people do in every day. So that leads to a lack of clarity in terms of what are actually the economic dynamics within the sector itself. If you ask a farmer, what did you do last season? Who did you sell to? How much did you harvest? It's very hard for them to prove, which is different from, for instance, a teacher who receives, let's say, $100 or say 80,000 monthly salary, compared to, will get a loan easier compared to a farmer who has 1 hectare, probably plants coffee, just because of there's not that financial track record. But beyond that as well, was that farmers didn't get a chance to create a footprint of that historical financial record, because again, no salary, transaction is mainly cash or just trading. So that led to the financial institutions not clearly understanding them. Sure. Also the fact that you can't predict where the next income is coming from, it creates a perceived risk to the sector. Right. For us as a lender, we realize in Rwanda, as you mentioned, 70% of population, a third of the GDP consistently, but yet again 6%. So we figured if we are the bank, to de-risk agriculture using technology and bring this clarity of information in terms of what are the dynamics within the sector, who's buying what, when, where, and how much of it, who's selling to who, locations of warehouse storage, transportation. Right. Amazing information we've gathered. So it led us to not only onboarding 1.4 million farmers on our platform, but now launching this Ikofi, which is a revolutionary wallet to increase agricultural finance in Rwanda. Right.
So tell us more about Ikofi.
So Ikofi is a revolutionary wallet, universal wallet, with unique value proposition for the farmers who wants to grow their businesses. Our slogan is Pathway to Wealth. Meaning our promise to you is not only to move your money like many of the other players are doing on the market, which is good value as well, but with us it's more of do what you've been doing every day, do it well. And our promise with you is that follow guided instructions, because our wallet has built-in incentive that helps you be a better spender. Buy your agro input, pay your long-term savings scheme, Ejoheza, pay your Mutuelle de Santé, universal healthcare, buy your agro input, recommended quality and quantity. For us, a farmer who following those steps becomes less risky than a farmer who's not saving for retirement, who doesn't have an insurance. But overall, that creates a healthy and more productive population, because now people are actually doing things they're supposed to do. And if you look at the facts, many of us and our families, our parents, were raised by farmers. Right. They clearly don't have a history of financial transaction, but they put their parents to school, sure, married them, raised the kids. So they're clearly good at something. So now our value proposition is do what you've been doing, do it very well, even get better. Our value proposition is we will take you to a journey to create wealth for you and your family. Right.
For a long time, those farmers, though, were unbanked, and I think many of them still are. How are you getting around that?
Yes. So in Rwanda, only 27% of the population is banked, formally banked, which is another great opportunity for financial institutions who are willing to walk the talk and actually investing where it's up, where we have to. So what we're doing to bring those farmers into the formally banking ecosystem is, again, starting from the wallet. Ikofi is just a wallet. Minimum KYC, your national ID, you get validated by an accredited agent. And from there, you can do transactions just like you do on many other wallets. However, with us is you start doing things within the limit of the wallet. However, given your spending behavior and given different metrics we put in place for you to meet, then we onboard you into the banking ecosystem, saying you're eligible for 50,000 loan, for instance, in the wallet. Now, because you've met extra steps, because you've proven to save and to pay for your long-term savings scheme, Ejoheza, or your Mutuelle de Santé for your whole family, and because we realize you're receiving money from family, friends, or that's worth maybe 100,000. Now you know what, you're eligible for 200,000. You know, terms and conditions applying. So we have, as a bank, we have many other products. As you know, Bank of Kigali Group, we have an insurance company, we have BK Capital, we have BK Tech. So our value proposition is start from there. Show us who you are, what you do. That helps you get better. Within everything in the portfolio we have to provide, we open up this new universe for you that takes you to a pathway to wealth.
Right. So I want to get back into the wallet. Is it only mobile money, or is it is it from a bank account? Can they enter data about cash that they're receiving, or do they have to go to a checkpoint? Exactly how does that work? Can you clarify that?
Yes. So the way Ikofi works is by dialing, if you use a short USSD, if you have a feature phone, you dial *334 *2 hashtag, and you put your national ID, and you receive a message telling you that you've been onboarded and that you have to visit the nearest agent of Ikofi to onboard you. Once you've been onboarded, you can receive money free of charge. There's no...
Like mobile money?
Mobile money, yes.
Got it.
Free of charge, as long as we don't charge you for moving your money within the ecosystem. No charges on cash in. So if you put your money in Ikofi, it's free. If someone sends you money in Ikofi, it's free. If you send money in Ikofi, it's free. Right. Again, if you cash out, however, there's a small charge compared to other players. But what we want to incentivize people is, again, do what you do in Ikofi so that, again, we learn more about you and we do more for you. Once you've done that, then we very soon releasing the mobile application. We already have one that is used by the agents. Right. Now, for the agents, we help them manage their stock, manage their orders, sales, tracking the orders. And what we want for them, there's huge opportunity in agro input distribution. Right. There's only about 1,000 agro dealers who sell to over 2 million farmers in Rwanda. I mean, there's transport involved, warehousing, and when you talk about stock loan, which is the most popular product for agro dealers, and loan for phones to use phones. So for us, really we come as a package. And not only we help you grow your business, we help you understand your business. What agro inputs are you selling more? What seeds are going more? Sure. And for the government, you have now visibility at the country level. Where is different quantity? So, you know, if you have a farmer, 1,000 farmers expecting 20 tons in your stock, you only have 12. Right. Us as a bank will be more than glad to know that we can lend you loan stock so that you can afford to sell to everyone. So the
data is there now and readily available. Yes. You know, the tagline that you keep saying, the pathway to wealth, sorry. Yes. How do you think that this is going to affect the GDP? Because already we're at, I think, 33% of coming from agriculture sector. If this means more wealth for farmers, does it mean more money going towards the GDP?
Thank you. Very good question. And excitingly enough, I'm proud to say that we've seen an excitement from the youth. Not only because technology makes things clear, and actually you can plan and forecast the future, which is more profitable. So we're having all these young graduates, some of them even studied abroad, like Israel, or like United States, like University of Arkansas, who are interested in agribusiness, and that's exactly what we need now. You know, 70% of the population is young. 70% of the population is less than 30 years old. So for us, that means in a sector so critical to our economy, it's important that we start encouraging the youth to join. But beyond that, I think when we get to a level where we've managed to de-risk agriculture from where only 6% of the loans goes to agriculture, and we take that to somewhere to 40%. Right. That means farmers who didn't have access to finance before now can actually buy the right quality, the right quantity, send their kids to school, pay Mutuelle de Santé, pay many other benefits, and that's a healthy economy, that's a healthy population. Right, and they can use the money for anything, I'm assuming. Yes. And very important, I have to say, for gender equality, because you can talk about financial inclusion and GDP without talking about gender equality. Very interestingly enough, we've seen women driving the adoption of this solution, because one of the use case testimonies we've had is a lady who said, you know, when the husband passed, all the historical record they had was for the men. So all the loan they were eligible for no longer was access to it. So now this is offering a new solution for that. Exactly. Now, when your other half is no longer there, you can still leverage the household track record financial data you saved. Perfect. Well, it sounds like an exciting opportunity for farmers. I wish that we could talk a bit more. I would ask you a few more questions, but I'm going to ask you to come back hopefully soon to speak with us a bit more about that. Thank you so much for joining us on the show today and telling us about Ikofi.